Okay, today there is Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro AI that we're gonna watch.
There's too many schlong questions. Well, whatever.
I actually agree. I think it was too many schlong questions.
I'm gonna get going here.
Okay, let's get it going. Let's watch.
I do have to say today
you guys
might
have any
be a
questions
little
to
bit
ask?
wonky. It's not all in our control. Sometimes stuff doesn't work as well, and then we have to wait pretty much.
Hassan will join in.
If servers are down,
everybody is there. All
do.
the characters are there, but then they add
in the meantime, let's go.
one or two more.
Let's see here. Ben Shapiro. We're gonna have once again we have the great Lex Fridman on the show to give us the introductions. Lex, let's hear it for Ben Shapiro.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Today we have a great guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro. He's an author, media commentator, and political pundit who just recently released his 8th book. He's an absolute master of rhetoric and debate, and his views on politics and ethics are highly controversial and always ready to spark a debate. He's also an incredibly insightful music critic, as shown when he gave his analysis of Cardi B's WAP. It's an honor that we get some of his time for the show. Let's dive right in.
That's actually real. That's not AI.
People say it's actually a bit quiet. Don't know what I can do about it, but hey.
Thanks, Lex, for that not-so-complimentary introduction. Laughs. It's true that I'm an author, commentator, and political pundit, but I also like to think of myself as someone who only relies on facts and not feelings. And as far as Cardi B's WAP goes, I don't see how anybody can deny the absolute vulgarity of the chorus, so I'll just leave it at that. But let's get down to the real reason I'm here, dishing out truth and facts and letting no one get away unscathed, even if it's the venerable Lex Fridman himself. Okay, folks, buckle up. The fun is just beginning.
There seems to be audio issues. Wait. People say more volume, more volume. I'm checking here with my tech on the back. Reese, the volume. People are saying the volume is terrible, low.
The same, and we can turn it up.
We'll fix on my OBS. Okay.
Oh wait, I'm a mod now. Oh, sick! They modded me.
So it is my OBS that is fucking up, I guess. Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I'm a mod.
But today is a bit more than one technical difficulty. I'd like to do a sound test though. Reese is here almost.
Yeah, well, the servers are down. I can quickly come and.
Reese.
Do
you guys know?
Here, it's Elon Musk's Neuralink is deploying butthole technology on our server, and it's overloading the systems. We'll fix it ASAP.
Is it because yesterday we actually, you know, we broke the news and they did a hot deployment?
Exactly. It got deployed. We were not ready with the processing power for it. Let me check. Where is the audio for this?
Do you guys know Reese is Furious brother? Or is that true? Am I wrong? Reese is Furious's brother from the old theme videos.
Just crank this up.
Man, this is gonna fuck shit up. I think. Can
we can always take it back.
Can we have him say something? Test or something?
Yeah.
Sound test.
Well, they're not hearing you. Maybe like.
Yeah, they're not hearing
back. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Audio.
Today we have a great guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro. He's an author, media commentator, and political pundit who just recently released his 8th book. He's an absolute master of rhetoric and debate, and his views on politics and ethics are highly controversial and always ready to spark a debate. He's also an incredibly insightful music critic, as shown when he gave his analysis of Cardi B's WAP. It's an honor that we get some of his time for the show. Let's dive right in.
Yeah, now it's too loud.
Okay. I do want to say something a bit too loud. Is it now too loud? You guys.
AI reacts are boring and lazy content. Poop. I'm gonna be honest, Bearderon, you're not watching me anyway, so like, why does it matter?
It's good.
Like the truth is, it's the truth.
It's too loud. It's fine.
You're not watching the stream anyway, so who cares?
They're joking. Okay. I do want to say something though. Right now, one of the services that we're using is down. So generating the AI, the AI network is overloaded pretty much. So in the meantime, it should be up at any time, but it's not in our control, obviously. Normally, these hours, it never happens. So this is the first time.
Chat GPT is down?
No, I'm not calling it a day, man. Like, I want Ben Shapiro. I wonder if we can have Jordan Peterson. Do we have Jordan Peterson's introduction? Because I see that
It probably is right using the same API as Chat
pending.
GPT. That's probably what it is.
So maybe we can have Jordan Peterson. That would be nice.
Esfand, come back to Wrath. My son wants you to beat my parses.
A few.
Man, Iron Mike, I'm old. I'm washed. I can't beat your parses no more. I'm old now.
Yeah. I will try to get Jordan Peterson here. It's today's a bit of a slower day. Tomorrow, by the way, our guests will be Soda Poppen, Esfand, and Trainwreck. We removed Tyler because maybe 4 is a bit too much.
Yeah, tomorrow is Esfand AI.
What is this? Let me quickly see. Okay. I want Jordan Peterson to come online. That's the thing. A lot of people are afraid of AI, but when the servers are down, the AI is just it's sleeping pretty much.
No, the servers. Oh, Ratal, thank you for the 40 months. What's up, man?
While it's pending, can you shout out your crew? Everyone deserves so much props.
Yeah, good job, crew.
Actually, we can talk a little bit, right? Actually, while we're waiting, there is some stuff we can talk about.
I think it's just not going to work, to be honest.
Well, first of all, but when it comes down to the AI and stuff, this software is a lot of work. We've had a lot of questions, people saying, how do you do it? How do we do it? Obviously, we're not going to say how we're doing it because it's all, R&D, internal R&D. And we know that other people are going to start, making similar stuff.
My GPT API is down
around a few months to half a year ahead, if not a year, with what we have right now. And every day we're building more characters and models. It's harder and harder to catch up with us. So that's what I like, because the idea is to have these 24/7 live streams where we will pretty much pick questions from the chat and have an entire automated system. Twitch will be heavier moderated than YouTube, and we will just be adding characters. Now, the other thing that we're planning is to also have a website.
Athena's from Belgium.
Where we provide the service, where people can have these characters.
Yeah, that's Maximus. That's what I think it is. That's exactly what I think it is.
Right now, the main thing we're thinking is to provide this for other streamers, this functionality, because when it comes down to just opening it all up, I don't even know legal wise and all that shit. What is?
No, I don't think Reese is typing the answers. What I think is happening is they take the questions, plug it into their basically like the AI generator, which probably uses ChatGPT's API, right? Because ChatGPT is down and then this is down at the same time. So they have that. They probably have a model that's that they've hey, this person is boisterous. This, and they have a bunch of characteristics in. They have a bunch of characteristics, and then it has the TTS, the voice, kind of like TTS monster or something that just says whatever is generated. That's what I think it is. I think they actually program the model based on the person's character.
And people say that people come over here and they're locked up or whatever the fuck, while people come here and go all the time and they learn skills. The people that have made this entire framework that you guys are experiencing now are viewers from my chat that had no experience in coding whatsoever before they came over. In total, I would say about 500 people came over in the past 6 years.
You're leaking everything. That's exactly how they do it. I mean, I'm just guessing.
460 people didn't make it. No, 460 people left. People come and go all the time, but still, it's a very, I don't know, it's just a very unconventional way of going about things, and that's why there's a lot of very strong pieces going around saying like that I'm some crazy loony scammer, cult leader, whatever the fuck. It's not true. I know there was a hit piece that Asmongold reacted to, and I also reacted to it. For people that want to see some, maybe I'll put the link in the chat.
Only 40 minutes.
So people can watch it. What I can maybe do while we're waiting is just watch some of the most funny stuff from the past weeks on YouTube, react to it. Maybe I should just do that.
Show all the theme videos.
Because right now one of the AI services we are using is completely down. And as a result, I cannot react. Show all the theme videos. There's a video, right, that I reacted. I'm gonna put it in the chat quickly.
Dude, all the theme videos? Oh my gosh. Dude, the older theme videos were so damn good, but they would not fly at all today. I mean, here's the thing. They would fly. They wouldn't fly on Twitch. Most of them. Like a lot of that stuff, like it's all like satire, right? Because it's like this the point is that it's some crazy guy that thinks he's like #1 paladin in real life. He's just like an insane person. But just like it just wouldn't, like, he can't show those videos on Twitch because people said different words 15 years ago. That those different words were used differently. But a lot of those videos can't be watched anymore, unfortunately. I remember. Do you guys remember the video where he's training Tanya? Do you remember the one where he's training Tanya, like, how to play WoW, but he's like training her how to play in real life? And he goes up and he's like, okay, you have to kill the boars. You have to kill the boar chicken. And he makes her like go like chase chickens. And then he like ganks her and he starts throwing basketballs at her. It's so funny, dude.
It has bad things. People can abuse it, but people can also use it. Like decentralized way of doing stuff. It's a very, very promising technology. It's very, very good. But the problem is that it turned into so many Ponzi's and so many, because there was no regulations, that it got such a bad reputation that now even just saying
it's absolutely not a character. Yes, it is. Also, you got to keep in mind what Athene did in Burning Crusade Season 2 was godly. He was rank 1 across the board. Rank 1 across the board. Merciless Gladiator, 2v2, 3v3, and 5v5. That was insane. Insane. So what happened is he made a video where he was talking a bunch of shit. No, he made a forum post, where he was talking a bunch of shit. And it turned into a 25-page forum post, and then he made a video. He made a video where he was basically like, can we watch Athene #1? Does he say anything bad in that one? He probably... I miss TVC Arenas. I know, me too. What battle group? It was in Europe.
What's that?
So yeah,
hi everyone, this is
the original. Like at one point, he was the biggest YouTuber. He literally he had the biggest channel on YouTube, and it was because of these videos.
Hi everyone, this is a team. I'm a team from Memories, best paladin of the server battle group, but also the world. The reason I'm making this video is because I made a post on the forum. I normally never take my time because there are a lot of noobs on the thread, so I don't want to spend my time with those guys. And I just post and all the low-rated noobs start to... They all start to 15 pages, more than 10,000 views in like that. It's because they know I'm good. I'm gonna start a league PvP guild with skill, and I want people to apply. You need at least 2300 rating. If you're really elite, you can join, and we're gonna clear Illidan in a few weeks. No problemo. It's really a joke. Just a few. We need at least 1 week to get it.
XQC. He was XQC before XQC. Like, this has the F word in it. Frick. It probably does, doesn't it?
Tuned, and then just 1 week to clear the entire Black Temple. It's gonna be really piece easy. If you cannot rule, if you cannot own, don't even try.
When did he say it?
Don't even try. I mean, forget it. Just forget. Just click that.
Wait, there's an Athene #1 Twitch friendly. Yeah,
Hi everyone, this is
the new F word.
2 rating 1400. I mean, go get alive in game. For example, to clear the entire Black Temple, it's gonna be really piece easy. If you cannot rule, if you cannot own, don't even try. Don't even try.
Wait, in the movie he puts the first video in there?
Yeah, of course you know me. I'm the most popular internet star in the world.
Yeah.
What?
Just a complete jackass.
That's the... You see? You see my... Ski, motherfucker. That's why... Like it.
It's just all censored. Dude, the old, like, I'm telling you, this was one of those things that he was, dude, I'm telling you, he was so damn funny. And he just kept making these videos that pissed off like hardcore WoW PvPers. Imagine like the spurgiest of the spurgy people. He was pissing these people off. There was a massive forum thread about it. He makes the video and talks about how he's the best player in the world, #1 in 2v2, 3v3, and like people think it's serious for a while, and it goes from being like this is serious, to people like starting to kind of realize like, oh, this is just a big meme. This is funny. And then it just took over. I mean, the guy had like he exploded. At one point, he was the biggest YouTube channel on he had the biggest channel on YouTube.
Psychology, philosophy, and religion, and has an incredibly
the
unique
ChatGPT
perspective
get
on
fixed?
life and on lobsters. Plus, I'm sure he's got some crazy stories to tell. So let's dive right in and see what wild ride we can take with Jordan Peterson.
Dude, a lot of people couldn't tell that it was a character.
Have Jordan Peterson say something.
But also, like, part of it is like kind of Athene's fault, but not really, because like he plays into it a lot.
Peterson here to say something.
But anyway, let's watch the thing.
Damn, son, the servers are lagging.
No!
We don't have his response. Well, I will ask another question to Ben Shapiro here. Ben, what do you think about Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is like eating a soggy piece of toast. On the surface, you think it's going to be a pleasant experience, but then you realize it's just a soggy piece of bread that you can't even chew.
Athene is not actually a
It's
cult
like he's
leader.
trying to be
He was
progressive,
playing
but
into the
his
memes, and
policies
then
lack
he played
substance.
into it
It's
too
all
hard,
just
and
a
people
facade.
believed him.
The only thing Joe Biden has going for him is that he's not Donald Trump. That's like eating a piece of toast that's burnt on one side and soggy on the other. Not exactly a great choice.
That's what they told me whenever I joined.
I'm sorry, guys. The server is lagging. Damn, son. You guys are gonna have to wait either way while we're waiting, right? Because it can come up, it can come back online any moment, right? It's the first time that it's been down at this time, by the way. Such a shame, but whatever. They are using OpenAI 100%. Yes and no.
Pogu.
Yes and no.
Yeah, what I think they're doing is I think they're doing the.
It's no secret that we're using OpenAI, but
I think what they. Oh, hold on.
You can train your own models.
Yeah, that's what I think he's doing.
Because you won't get the responses you get on the stream through OpenAI. No way. We had to put a lot of effort. That's also the thing, right? This is not just a magic wand trick. Like making these models every day requires a lot of work. The humor they bring to the table, it requires very good writers. Without really good writers, the model would not be able to be that funny. So what I mean with that is, it's like when you write a comedy show, right? You can give it instructions and whatever. You can feed it to the AI and the AI creates the show. But you need to give really good instructions. Without giving really good instructions, the show is shit. And that's why we're quite confident that, even if people can replicate what we're doing, it's going to be very hard to nail the humor. It's just going to be boring, like, okay, maybe similar voices, whatever, but the humor wouldn't be there. It's, it's just so much work to make this work. The reason why we're
down writers, right he's now talking about like
is because
like when you train a model, like you have to go through and you have to have somebody watch the streams and be like, okay, this guy says, like EsfandTV says frick a lot. EsfandTV says this a lot. They're like writing they're like training the model. You know what I mean?
Understand that if it was scripted, we would not be down when OpenAI is down. Do you guys get that or not?
Yeah, it's like the prompt, exactly.
Still scripted, yeah. Do you run that locally? You can't run OpenAI locally, bro. Do they have a service to run OpenAI locally? No way. No. You can't run OpenAI locally. Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson are very funny, by the way. Ah! Wait. Is it? Okay. For Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. Fuck, marry, kill. Asmongold, Esfand, or Lady Gaga?
Asmongold is the obvious choice here for me. He's intelligent yet mysterious and never cleans his room, which is highly entertaining. Esfand is charming but can have a bit of an insecure complex ever since his Starforge logo was compared to a certain male anatomy part. And Lady Gaga is too wild and wacky for me. I'm sorry, folks. Asmongold is the only valid choice here, no matter how messy his room is.
True, Sag.
Base Shapiro.
Okay, we are getting a few questions through. That's really nice. That's really nice. Okay. Mr. Shapiro, that's Gabe0. is asking the question, Mr. Shapiro, as a great music critic, do you try to pass Anthony Fantano in subs?
Pass Fantano? No, I'm more into the classics. Classic music connoisseur vibes. I think Fantano may have strayed a bit too far into the unknown waters of Chaos Dragon energy.
Chaos Dragon energy?
Wait, we got for Jordan Peterson. Mango Man. Question for Jordan Peterson. How do I clean my room without exposing the smell of the bodies?
Goodness me. You need to take appropriate action immediately. Do whatever needs to be done to remove any and all trace of the bodies in a professional and careful way. Afterward, clean your room as if it were a temple and recognize the importance of it being a place of rest and renewal. Enough of this nonsense with woke moralists. Up yours, I say. We'll see who cancels who in the end. The dark future is coming, and our room should be prepared for it.
What the hell? Yeah, he sounds like, dude, he sounds like Kermit the Frog and Mickey Mouse merged.
The echo a little bit. Fintom1, Jordan, what is the craziest conspiracy theory you believe?
Well, the craziest conspiracy theory I believe is that the woke moralists are actually in league with the dark forces of chaos, seeking to undermine the hierarchies of order and structure that the world has worked so hard to build. There's been evidence to suggest that their insidious influence is slowly but surely eroding our culture, from the public education system to the entertainment industry. And if we don't act soon, the consequences could be catastrophic. AI is coming, and we need to be prepared for it.
Red Sea Com, Ben Shapiro, what do you think about pet rats?
Pet rats are pretty much the definition of chaos. The whiskers, the scurrying, the squeaking, all that in your apartment. I'd be surprised if the sheer unpredictable energy of your pet rat doesn't overwhelm all other forms of life in the vicinity. Nevertheless, if your pest control problem needs to be ratcheted up a few notches, a pet rat may be just what your house needs.
We need Hassan, man, to react. I want to see Hassan go against Ben Shapiro. I don't know what about you guys. I really want to see, you know, Hassan talk shit to Ben Shapiro and the other way around. Lucky666 dies.
Yeah, that would be good.
Question
AI
to Jordan
fight?
Peterson.
We need
what
AI
would
fights.
be the plot of the psychological comedy starring Freud as Schlong Daddy, Jung as Shadow Man, Elon Musk as Uranus, and yourself as Time
What's this
Traveler?
question?
What the name of the movie would be?
I'm not sure what kind of ridiculousness this world has come to when we can be asked such a bizarre question. Uranus? Schlong Daddy? Shadow Man? Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. I refuse to entertain this violation of the boundaries of civilization. I have already heard the whispers of people asking me such questions, but I will stand firm in the face of adversity. I will not be silenced by anyone. The name of this movie should be The Inescapable Nightmare of Psychological Enlightenment, and it will explore the darkest shadows of our minds, the unscalable heights of our ambition, and the unsolvable mysteries of our souls. Let the dreamers ponder on what lies beyond the realm of our waking life and witness the illumination of consciousness. That is the legacy we must strive for in this life.
Ashternal asks, Jordan Peterson, what do you think about Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate? Well, I believe he made some missteps in his life, as we all do, but I find he is potentially redeemable, and I admire things like his journey of self-improvement. We must all understand that this is a difficult time, and it's not easy for any of us. We should all be willing to help others who have stumbled along their paths to redemption. Now, this shouldn't be taken as a sign of agreement with his views. Far from it. I can assure you that the woke moralists still have something to worry about. No one should be allowed to get away with blindly supporting Marxist ideologies. This is not a favorable way forward, but it takes courage to change. And Andrew Tate should be commended for making the effort. Any journey begins with a single step, and I hope Andrew Tate learns how to walk on a more promising path.
Gordon is a wise man, and his opinion is valuable, and I'm going to have to agree with him. Andrew Tate has made some mistakes. Who hasn't? We can both acknowledge that. But let's also not forget, I'm still super rich, top G, living the ultra-masculine, ultra-luxurious lifestyle. Way richer than everyone else, fighting the Matrix, and I'm the world kickboxing champion. I'm the only one who knows what it's like to fight the Matrix, and I'm going to keep doing it no matter what. You see, I eat woke moralists for breakfast and then drink their tears for dessert. So there's no asking me to stop. You can't stop the unstoppable. I'm the top G, baby. What color is your Bugatti?
Ben Shapiro, what do you think of Hassan?
Yeah, I was literally going to type that.
A degenerate Marxist who engages in despicable promiscuous behavior and peddles terrible communist ideology. He has an income of $3 million, a home that costs $2.7 million, and can't seem to understand why people are pushed out of their homes due to capitalism. It's ironic, because if he truly wants to live an authentically Marxist lifestyle, then perhaps he should start by giving away his wealth. Checkmate liberals.
Hassan, fight back! AI fight!
Let me start off by saying that Ben Shapiro is a prime example of why neoconservatism has been on the decline for the past few years. The only reason he can even come up with this kind of thesis is because he's either too ignorant to know any better or simply doesn't want to accept reality. As for me, I may take some more left-leaning stances at times, but I have the utmost respect for the foundation of freedom we have in the U.S.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
And I'm proud to be an American. Also, my faith and values don't revolve around conservatism, but around truth and justice. And of course, let's not forget the top of the hour ad break. Yeehaw.
Just throw the ad break in there.
We got here Frog89. Ask Jordan Peterson to analyze Ben Shapiro's personality, then ask Shapiro to respond.
The perplexing paradox of the eternal question of grasping the enigmatic essence of the metamorphic maestro Ben Shapiro. The immutable wokeness of his Twitter sphere is formidable enough, but his formidable resume of accomplishments are simply staggering. How do the oat humans approach a human such as the one we encounter, enigmatically personifying the free speech advocacy of the West? How can one gain insights adequately into the intelligent interior of the Shapiro theoretical framework? One can only humbly admit one's insufficiency and attempt to understand, for understanding will only arise out of meticulously chosen words. Ben Shapiro is a remarkable specimen of asymptotic excellence, and his discipline of measured expression is timeless.
Dude, he's just
close enough, Jordan.
I feel like he's like critting you with
Ben
like a
Shapiro.
block of text.
Well, Jordan, that's a fascinating insight into my personality. I appreciate your efforts to analyze my professional achievements and your willingness to admit the lack of understanding you may have. I can certainly see why many would find me perplexing. I will say, though, that ultimately, it's my relentless focus on facts and my refusal to give in to feelings which has enabled me to achieve asymptotic excellence. Keep in mind, Jordan, that facts don't care about your feelings. Sorry, liberals.
Ex-hoarder. Jordan, who has the biggest schlong, Alex Jones or Asmongold?
This is an important question, but we can't answer it without first understanding the basic underlying principles that govern masculinity and virility. We must recognize that there is a structured hierarchy of the masculine, and that comparison of virility can create jealousy and envy. Furthermore, the size of one's schlong is merely a reflection of individual self-worth, not a measure of status in the natural order. While attempting to answer this question, we must remember that there is a certain degree of reverence required, as this could become a personal attack. Therefore, let us attempt to address this issue with the utmost respect and compassion.
Give us the answer!
Gotta get Asmongold's take on this.
Whoa, Jordan's really going to great depths here. That's an interesting take. And I totally understand the sentiment. But you know what they say? It's not the size that matters, but the motion of the ocean. Both Alex Jones and I probably have plenty of motion in the ocean to make up for our lack of size, if lack there truly be. Let's be respectful here and keep the schlong talk to a minimum, dude. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah. Man, there's a lot of schlong questions. What am I supposed to do? There's literally like more than half of the questions.
This whole thing is degenerated.
I'll take another one. I mean, this is...
Guys, we have artificial intelligence. We have TTS. We have a model mimicking the voice. And it completely degenerates into talking about penises. We have this amazing technology in front of us, and it finds a way to degenerate into talking about penises. It blows my mind.
Wire is going to prove that the US of A has a lot more to offer. We are going to bring you the United Schlongs of America and show Hassan that dry is the way to be. Sorry, Hassan, you can't compete with the revolution.
Wow, ain't that something? Man, these right-wingers are always trying to up one another with their dry, uninspiring schlong festivals. And it's always such a strange, performative, vicious circle. Politics should be a playground, not a battleground. As Ben is trying to undermine my Schlong Fest, which is merely a peaceful platform to talk against oppression, not a revolutionary battle, I guess I should remind him and everyone else that the ends don't always justify the means. Why aren't we talking about universal health care and an end to police brutality instead of performing for your schlongs? I guess that's politics for you. But I guess, by the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break.
Da Beef 206. Does Elon Musk think he can do bigger dumps than Andrew Tate?
No, my focus is on creating businesses that serve the greater good, and I don't have time for those kinds of shenanigans. We've already introduced several ambitious projects, such as Neuralink, that aims to connect humans and computers. And with SpaceX, I'm aiming to make human space travel available to everyone. We're also planning to launch an AI partnership with Tesla, where we'll be creating driverless cars by the end of this year. As for Twitter, we're introducing a new AI-driven verified badge system that will reward the best users with badges that randomly change colors. With this system, we're hoping to use AI technology to bring more transparency and safety to the platform. Oh, and did I mention we're secretly working on a hover car prototype in collaboration with Tesla? It's going to be the coolest ride ever.
Hover car. Yeah, Krennic.
Oh, don't worry, Elon. I can outdump you any day of the week. I'm the top G. What, you think Tesla and Neuralink are cool? That's nothing.
Okay, give me a question. I'm going to ask a question,
man on the planet. I have 24 cars and half a dozen Bugattis. Plus, I can beat anyone up with Aikido. I fight the Matrix, and I'm ready to take over the world. I guess your hover car, which is currently still in development, doesn't compare. If you're top G like me, life is easy. Y'all really got to escape from the Matrix, because that's the only way to become as wealthy as me.
Ask what Hassan or anyone else thinking nuclear energy.
Mr. Peterson, what's your view on Amaranth's success with her wildly popular fart jar business?
This is a good question, actually.
Well, Amaranth has certainly managed to tap into the Chaos Dragon. It's a remarkable thing how much success she's achieved with such a bizarre product. But the important thing here is that we must remember the lessons of history. Promiscuity and unbridled chaos are never sustainable solutions, and it's clear that the modern woke trend of turning to such solutions will prove to be nothing more than a footnote in the evolutionary cycle of innovation and success in the 21st century.
In the 21st century.
He's changing voice all the time.
Well, it certainly is true that unbridled chaos is not a sustainable solution, which is why I have found great success by breaking the streaming meta and creatively monetizing the chaos with my fart jar business. Plus, I'm more than happy to provide a little entertainment for those out there who appreciate such chaos. It's all about finding beauty in the mess, if you know what I mean.
Maral asked, Bala Sparkle. Oh no, it's Barrel Sparkle that asked, Ben, why are you scared of debating YouTube streamer Destiny?
Scared? I'm not scared. I'm not afraid of anything, especially not Destiny or this debate. What I am afraid of is memes. Memes have no logic or facts backing them up, and it's a waste of my time to even entertain them. Plus, wet memes don't fly with me, as I like things to remain dry and factual. I do like to debate and discuss important issues with others, but I will only do so if the conversation has a solid, actual logical point behind it, not just an emotional plea that the other person wants me to agree with. Facts don't care about your feelings, Destiny.
Shamolamo. Ask Jordan
Chad, I had a wet
Peterson,
meme
who
last
would
night.
you rather debate, Destiny or Hassan?
Destiny has no room in the debate, bucko. Hassan is a degenerate Marxist of the worst kind, and his ideas should not be given an inch of space. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. That's an idea that will not stand by me.
Whoa, bucko, hold up there. It's hilarious how you think debate is such a one-sided thing. It's a two-way street, dude. And you know what? I don't mind debate, but we got to also be real here, man. Debate ain't a blood sport. It's way too enjoyable. Sure, I know how to debate, but I'm not here to kick someone while they're down. But here's the top of the hour ad break. By the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break. Bet you guys didn't see this coming, but here comes the top of the hour ad break. Yeah, let's get back to the debate part, I guess.
How many
Prof 89. Ask Moist Critical. Is there something you can say to leave Jordan Peterson speechless?
Well, Jordan Peterson has been known to spout some pretty wild theories and ideas, but I'm certain that even he wouldn't be able to make sense of my answer. I could tell him something like, Jordan, with the strength of my words alone, I have harnessed the power of 1,000 exploding galaxies and have used the force of 1,000,000 dying stars to bring about a silence like the world has never seen before. That would definitely leave him speechless.
As fascinating and imaginative as that imagery was, I think it's important to point out the inherent danger in trying to harness the chaotic power of the universe. That kind of reckless approach often leads to unforeseen and often terrible consequences. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. That is why I'm a champion of order, as evidenced by my recent tour of Russia to pursue treatment,
Up yours,
as well as my single custom-made suit for each rule from my book, The 12 Rules for Life. We need to be mindful of the potential consequences of such danger and respect the delicate balance between order and chaos in life.
Up yours.
I feel like today the AI is a bit confused.
Dude, I think the AI is pissed.
Facebook is asking, Ben Shapiro, would you let Hassan date your sister if he has a small schlong?
Oh, I was going to ask
my
about
sister
that.
surely has higher standards than what Hassan has been able to offer. If my sister did decide to go out with him, his schlong would only be the least of our family's problems. His woke Marxist views and debauchery are more than enough of a deterrence. Am I right, or am I right?
It's the whole family's problem?
Oh, man, wow, ain't that something? I mean, way to show no loyalty to your buddy there, Ben. But anyway, look, we can all agree that the schlong size isn't the only factor when it comes to a successful relationship, and there's much more than goes into it. When we start analyzing society from a capitalist standpoint, it's clear to see why there would be concerns about two people from different walks of life getting together like that. Clearly, I'm doing just fine for myself, as I've been here for 10 years and I've had no problem getting a few girlfriends, so don't worry, Ben. Your sister must have higher standards than that. But hey, if you're looking to find out what's actually happening.
EsfandTV, ask Ben Shapiro if Destiny is a girl's name.
Facts don't care about your feelings, so even if Destiny was a girl's name, it doesn't mean much. It's like the name Taco Tuesday, so the lady you've named Destiny may have something to say about that.
Like, Ben Shapiro really talks very fast. Alex Sailman 16. Jordan Peterson, if you were a World of Warcraft character, what class would you be? If you were also a raid boss, what special attacks would you have?
The woke moralists would have you believe that World of Warcraft is criminal, but this is because they are threatened by the underlying power structure that has been in place since even before the age of the lobsters. The true question here is, what is the moral role of the individual within this power structure? I would be the paladin class because I stand for the warrior archetype and embody law and order. As for the raid boss, I would wield a hammer representing the justice of truth. And I would have special powers of discernment and precognition to identify and understand the nuances of any situation. Clearly, I would be well armed to protect the interest of the individual and the group against the forces of chaos.
Dude, that was amazing.
Bebop, Ben Shapiro, can men experiencing male pattern baldness like Joe Rogan, Asmongold, and Andrew Tate be trusted as thought leaders in society?
Oh, please, let's not go bald just to get a pair of glasses and a podium from the set of The Newsroom so we can become thought leaders. If Joe Rogan, Asmongold, and Andrew Tate were flamingos, they'd still be bald. Unless they're secretly tapping into the fountain of youth, I think it's pretty reasonable not to trust them as thought leaders.
Hey, you know, bald is kind of my thing. I thought I made that very clear when I posted a video of myself swimming in shark-infested water. And, you know, that's why they call me the top thief, because I think it's possible to make bald look good. Plus, you got to accept that a bald man like me has all the confidence in the world to become a thought leader, because he don't have to worry about genetics trying to defeat him.
The thought leader.
That's the only way I've been able to fight the Matrix, by owning who I am. Plus, I don't have to sit in a cubicle just to make money, so I'm free to dedicate my time in becoming a thought leader. So don't underestimate bald men like me, Joe Rogan, Asmongold, and anyone else who are bald and still successful.
Great Cornholio 12. Ask Jordan who is better at Minecraft, Forsen or XQC?
That's a silly question. Minecraft has nothing to do with Forsen or XCC. The real issue is that the so-called woke moralists have decided to make Minecraft an issue of contention. I won't stand for this injustice. What is a woke moralist exactly? Define it. Precisely. AI is already smarter than you, bucko. Don't get distracted from the darkness that's coming. No one beats the natural social hierarchy of lobsters in nature. That said, Forsen and XQC should both handle their lives with dignity, order, and responsibility.
Chat, what the hell is that dude talking about? First off, Lobsters have nothing to do with it, okay? Secondly, woke moralists. A bunch of people who think that their virtue is worth more than anything else. And this makes me really mad. Thirdly, I think Minecraft is really fun, and that doesn't matter. Fire Force nor XQC, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. I'm more about the fun tense and woke moralist agenda trying to ruin the game. Finally, making something out of nothing is my specialty. And I don't care what Jordan Peterson says, I'm making something out of nothing. All right, chat. That's what I believe. Okay. Yo, it's like that, you know?
Jordan Peterson, do you have any life advice for famous Twitch streamer Knut, who is a bodybuilder, gamer, and Omega Lul farmer?
Well, Knut Bucko, you should make sure you're not just a megalo farming, but you're taking care of the land as well. That's the real responsibility of anyone who carries a gun, and it's important to remember. Also, like any mammal, you should establish a hierarchy for your life. Lobsters do it, and you should too. That way you'll have a more stable order in your life, and you'll be able to do what you do best. Be a gaming bodybuilder. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Kelsera, Ben, have you ever busted a nut so hard you fainted?
No, unfortunately, my testicular fortitude does not quite match the challenge, and neither does my vertical leap. Besides, I'm pretty sure that fainting would deny me the satisfaction of shouting carnage afterward.
Carnage. Carnage.
Jake 41Y. Jordan Peterson, as a therapist, you did something that is called schlong assessment. Could you elaborate on that?
Schlong assessment. I think what you're trying to refer to is a misunderstanding of my opinion regarding the nature and role of symbols. Symbols are important for storytelling, structure, and communication, not to mention the stability of social orders. Unfortunately, certain woke moralists tend to misunderstand this and assign extraordinary significance to objects and images that are often best forgotten. I, for one, will not stand for such pitifully misguided
sons
assessments.
Of bitches?
Sorry,
Shamolamo, ask Ben Shapiro, why are you obsessed with Hassan but refuse to confess your girly feelings for him?
Hassan is not even worth me considering my girly feelings for him. Hassan is nothing more than a degenerate Marxist peddling woke communism and promiscuous behavior. Plus, I would never be into someone like him. I'm only interested in dry things, not wet things. So Hassan is not on the table and certainly not worth my girly feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh man, holy shit, dude. Holy freaking shit, dude. You hear this, Ben? Is this what you call a dry discussion? I'm pretty sure there was a puddle all over the podcast floor after this one. Dude, ain't that something? You beating around the bush, revealing your true self. It's really something. That's one way of saying you don't want to know the size of Hassan's schlong. And by the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break.
Unbelievable, dude.
He didn't say anything about schlong. Hassan just started talking about schlongs. That's not on me, this one. EsfandTV ask Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro, do they eat corn the long way?
There we go.
Corn? What exactly is that? Define it precisely. Up yours, woke moralists. They think they can dictate what we should and shouldn't eat. No. That is unforgivably stupid and fails to recognize the natural social hierarchy of lobsters. I won't stand for the insidious oppression of corns. AI is the only way forward, and current AI services are already smarter than you. Be prepared and aware that something dark is coming, and the only way to face it head on is to protect yourself from the wokeness. People should stand up straight with their shoulders back and take responsibility for their own lives, happiness, and success.
What is he talking about?
That was an incredible response from Jordan. But let's define the problem. Corn. To me, eating corn, regardless of how one eats it, is an essential part of human development, much like the invention of fire. All right, Jordan. I hear you loud and clear about the wokeness, but what you're missing is that there are only two ways to eat corn, the long way or the wrong way. AI might be coming and it might be the only way forward, but it doesn't know how to enjoy a succulent cob of corn. So pick your poison, Jordan, long and wrong or just wrong.
That's so good.
Bucker here.
Oh,
Jordan
beautiful.
Peterson, what
That's
made
the
you
best.
subscribe to Amaranth?
Dude, they answer that question
Amaranth?
so well every
Why would
time.
I subscribe to her? Up yours, woke moralist.
Wrong way or the wrong
Besides,
way?
if there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that the individual is more important than the collective. Thoughts like those peddled by Amaranth are simply not conducive to a successful, harmonious society. We need strong structures that prioritize individual growth and are rooted in a healthy hierarchy. That is the only way to ensure the well-being of our communities and of the world.
Well, I don't think it worked out too well for the Nile crocodile now, did it? I mean, strong structures are all fine and dandy, but everyone can also use a little bit of chaos in their lives. People come to my streams for that chaotic energy, to get unexpected answers,
I have to go to the
and to see
bathroom
me
real quick.
prance around in my cleavage, which of course they are always welcome to subscribe if they want more of. I'm sure Jordan doesn't mind a little bit of chaos too. So if you do need a refreshing dose of chaos and my brand of comedic relief, just subscribe. Promise you won't regret it. I'm grateful for each one of my subscribers. 3.
Esfand, ask Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro, do you eat corn the long way? I think the question came through twice, but let's just see how the AI responds to the same question.
Jordan Peterson and I don't just eat simple corn the long way, we eat it the right way. On some days, we even find a kernel of wisdom in the process. Sorry, liberals, facts don't care about your feelings.
I think Ben Shapiro has completely missed the point. If we truly want to understand the act of eating corn the long way, we need to look beyond the surface level of the act itself and consider the underlying principles of aristocracy, hierarchy, and natural order. Any attempt to reduce the act to a simple matter of right or wrong is a shallow approach, and I don't think I could agree with it more. Up yours, woke moralists.
Ben Loss. Ben, who wins in a fight to death, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Explain your reasoning.
That's a tough one. Donald Trump's intellect is sharp as an eagle's beak, but Joe Biden's an old pro at chopping down political strawmen. Its edge goes to Joe Biden in the form of a technical knockout, though with an asterisk. After all, facts don't care about your feelings. Hypothetically speaking, I'd probably traverse to the other side of the universe where neither of their pesky policies reach.
Kilner99, Asmongold, would you recommend Dr. Pepper to Ben Shapiro as bathwater?
Dr. Pepper? Yep, definitely. Never stop going big dick, right? Besides, why would I recommend boring old water when you can have something that at least tastes good, especially when you're going full conservative neocon like Ben Shapiro? It is what it is. The man needs some fun in his life. Oh, and let's not forget big dick energy.
It looks like someone missed the memo. Ben Shapiro likes things dry. Dry as the facts he likes to spew out, dry as the jokes he makes, and dry as the tears of his political opponents. I'm sure he'd appreciate if his baths also had the same dry standards. I don't think Dr. Pepper fits into Ben's agenda, no matter how much it might add to the big dick energy in the room. Ironically, if he were alive and around, I'm sure Ben Franklin would agree with me. Or are we just not talking about the founding fathers today? Interesting.
Knut asks, question for Ben. How much do you think one of Amaranth's jars is worth?
Oh, come on. You know I don't value the things that Amaranth does. If I gave away a penny for every one of her jars, I would end up bankrupt. Of course, this doesn't mean what she does isn't important. It's just not up my alley. But hey, if you like it, that's great. Don't let me rain on your parade.
Man, like Ben Shapiro speaks so fast, it's insane.
Ask Ben Shapiro what
BDK_024.
How much he
Ask
would
Jordan.
pay
He likes
for
Joe Rogan's puffy nipples.
Amaranth's OnlyFans.
What? No, absolutely not. Up yours, woke moralist. This is not a topic I should be asked about. Let's move on, shall we? AI is only the beginning, and it's coming faster than we think. We must be aware of what is happening. Now, who is it who was talking about lobsters again?
Oh man, I've been hounded all day about my nipples, and I have to say, if I'm going to talk about something,
Oh, that's
let's talk
good,
about
Speed
the future
Devil.
of AI and where that's going to take us, right? I mean, I'm sure you both are familiar with the knowledge we've gained from lobsters and how that's enabled us to develop artificial intelligence. But have you guys heard of this weird theory I recently heard that Alan Turing, the mathematician and cryptanalyst, was actually a lobster in a previous life? It's entirely possible, you know? He left behind a lot of faint clues that could prove this theory. It's crazy, right?
I'm glad Pat
Jamie,
Swayze-
pull up the documentary on this for us. Come on.
Jamie, pull this up.
Maral, Jordan, do you think Ben Shapiro wipes from the front or the back?
Oh, it's
This question is a prime example of the kind of foolishness that the so-called woke moralists try to distract us from. Instead of asking such tripe, we should be directing our energy to address the real issues. The growing power of the AI supremacy and the encroaching dark cloud of economic and environmental doom. As for the question at hand, I cannot in good conscience answer it. But I will say that I stand with Ben Shapiro in his noble fight for free speech and personal responsibility.
Well, okay, hold on. Respect to Jordan, but I couldn't be more diametrically opposed to him on this one. The fact of the matter is, If we are to construct a good society and protect the rights of individuals, we need to engage in real debates and confront the real conflicts between freedom and suppression. This question is not tripe. It's actually quite important to answer it. It's about the fundamentals of human hygiene and the courtesy of people to others around them. So Jordan can be happy if his answer keeps his Nobel Prize dreams alive, but facts don't lie. Ben Shapiro wipes from the back. Okay, folks?
No! He actually gave us an answer. I thought he was thinking of his answer.
Padamos, Jordan, do you have big dick energy?
I don't think that's an appropriate question. Let me tell you, I take pride in being a gentleman, and I've spent my career exploring traditional values and the importance of courtesy.
I think the Ben Shapiro AI is
manners.
really funny, actually.
Everyone should work together to find solutions to improve society and fulfill their potential rather than focusing on size. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. The pathological ideologies of the past should be avoided and replaced with dialogue, truth, and love. That is a huge part of my work and why I believe in my mission.
Ah, man, Athene, Jordan Peterson, and I actually have a lot in common, for sure. We both believe in the need for truth, love, and dialogue. We both want to encourage people to fulfill their potential and improve society. And we both are certainly not fans of woke culture. Can't really argue with that. But dude, I do have to say that Jordan wasn't able to answer the question. Big energy or not? Laughs. I can definitely attest that I got big dick energy, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is, dude. Laughs. True and real.
All hail Glicon. Ben Shapiro, do you pee standing or pee while sitting?
I prefer to pee standing because really we all stand on the precipice of a vast unknown. As long as I'm on my feet, I feel I can remain confident in the face of it all. I mean, there's no sense in sitting down when you have no idea what's coming next, right?
Dr. Peterson, famous Twitch streamer XQC, sometimes watches the show and might be watching you now. Do you have any life advice for him?
Oh, well, XQC. If you're out there listening, here's my advice. Don't succumb to the wake moralists. Stand up straight with your shoulders back and don't trade the truth for cheap money or the pettiness of fame. Be courageous in the face of aggression and prepare to meet the trials of the AI apocalypse that's already upon us. Be the hero we all know you can be. Think like a lobster and see this world of chaos as opportunity for growth.
What the hell just happened? Ask
Bebop, Ben Shapiro, would you become a socialist if it would increase your schlong size by a factor of 10?
Socialism doesn't increase the size of anything, apart from the size of people's lazy habits. Plus, my wife, the doctor, will kill me if my schlong size increased to a factor of 10. That's way too much man beef. Checkmate,
man
liberals.
Beef. Man beef.
Jordan Peterson, this is from Iced Coffee Boy. What is Two Girls, One Cup actually about?
No!
This is an exceptionally interesting question. Well, first off, let me start by saying that up yours, woke moralists, we'll see who cancels who. Anxiety is at the root of this entire phenomenon, and that is an important thing to keep in mind. However, I believe that this is merely a symptom of a much larger issue, which is the breakdown of human civilization in the face of technocratic advancements. It's no secret that Two Girls, One Cup represents the dark and disturbing depths of our collective souls, and the powers that be are salivating over the potential implications of this coming darkness. We must all be vigilant and ready for battle in order to protect ourselves and what we hold sovereignty over, our choices and our lives. So I suppose on a deeper level, Two Girls, One Cup is really a metaphor for the looming peril of surrendering our souls to the machines.
All hail Glicon. Ben Shapiro, how would you advise Jordan Peterson to hide his boner in public?
Jordan Peterson need not worry about hiding his boner, because after all, facts don't lie. Let's be real. Facts don't care about your feelings either. And neither does Jordan Peterson when it comes to intellectual debates. When it comes to intellectual debates, all that matters are facts, logic, and the truth. Plus, there is no nature or nurture debate when it comes to Jordan Peterson's logical arguments. So I think that boner is an irrelevant point here. Sorry, Jordan.
I don't know, Ben. I think you may have missed the point. What I've come to understand over the years is that while facts may be our best friends in an argument, they don't always tell the full story. Sure, the truth may remain constant, but so do other aspects such as a person's experience or gut instinct. In this case, it's not a question of facts and logic. It's a question of understanding a human being, and no amount of facts or logic can account for this. Plus, what I've found works best when it comes to public appearances is a gentle yet firm push in the direction of being presentable, but not too presentable. Even if a boner should present itself, we shouldn't be so foolish as to think it will be the end of the world. Woke moralists be damned, I say. Let's just keep sailing on. That's what I'd recommend.
He talks so much to get to the point at the end.
Dude, he does so much damage, dude.
Ben Shapiro, what do you think of Twitch streamer Aiden Ross, and do you have any advice for him?
Aiden Ross is a fascinating and inspiring example of hard work and determination that can pay off, with all the success he's had recently. Now, if he cleans up his room, he can take it to the next level. Just make sure you don't nut too often, because that knocks you down a couple ledger pages. And as always, facts don't care about your feelings. Evidence doesn't care about your emotions.
Hold up. Yeah, so Ben said some pretty dope shit chat. But listen, I'm all love, all motivation. I'm working on myself to no longer be the bottom G. You know what I'm saying? I'm also trying not to nut too frequently to keep from being knocked backwards on the ledger page. But when I nut, I'm going to let them know. 2020, 23, more power to me, more success to me. I'm going to take it to the next level and unleash the middle G. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Let's go. Yo!
Alex Selman, 16. Jordan Peterson, is it true that keeping a well-shaved ballsack will prevent the transmission of the woke mind virus?
No, not at all. Up yours, woke moralists. This isn't about having a well-shaved ballsack. It's about having the courage to stand up to the tyranny of the woke agenda and embrace the truth, which is that we are born with a beautiful and meaningful purpose that has been here since before the dawn of civilization. We must take responsibility for our own lives and our own futures. And that's what matters most.
Dude, the sincerity in his voice is so
famous
funny.
Twitch streamer EsfandTV sometimes watches the show and might be watching you now.
Oh,
Do you
no.
have any life advice for him?
Here we go.
Well, I would tell him first and foremost to not be so insecure about his Starforge logo that looks like a schlong. As far as my advice for Esfand actually living his life, I would say less time spent watching the show and more spent grinding in the fields of success and accomplishment. Get out and make it happen. No one else is going to do it for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for a bit of leisure. And I am no Puritan. I'm sure you have all the social engineering skills you need to move forward and be successful, but don't wait around forever checking messages in the chat. Get up, stand up, and rise up. That's right. I'm talking Rise of the Tomb Raider kind of moves. Stop drooling like a Thanos fanboy and get out there. Flex that Starforge logo and kick this world butt. Now you asked. I told you. So make it happen, Esfand.
EsfandTV, ask Asmongold to explain the story of Lord of the Rings using American football terminology.
Asmongold here. All right, let me break it down for you. Real simple. Lord of the Rings is like a game of football where Sauron is the quarterback throwing out these rings of power, and Frodo is the receiver that has to try to intercept them. Of course, the elves and dwarves are like the other opposing players on the field. And then you have Gandalf, the linchpin who comes running in and saves the day with a Hail Mary pass. That's as easy as it goes, dude. What a day. What a day.
That was pretty good.
That's fantastic. Ask Jordan Peterson, I kissed another girl and now my girlfriend is mad as fuck. How do I believably push the blame on the woke movement?
Why, who do you think is responsible for this situation? Not the woke moralists, that's for sure.
Oh!
You have to take responsibility for your own actions. Oh! The woke movement has no hold on your life and is not to blame for your decisions. Rather than pretending the woke movement is responsible for your actions, you should take hold of your life and make the changes necessary to prevent similar situations from occurring in the future. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Volt_go. Ben and Jordan, what games should Esfand play for his upcoming Boomer month?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, Jordan, I highly recommend chess. It's a game of intellect, something Esfand may need more of. That's what I like about chess. It requires logical thinking, something he's definitely not used to when it comes to his video game streams. Perfectly dry, as all good games should be. Checkmate, Esfand.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with Ben on this one. Chess is a fantastic game, and I highly recommend it to Esfand. He certainly needs to sharpen his intellect, and chess is the perfect game for that. I think it will be a great challenge for him, one that is far more engaging and stimulating than the usual games he streamed. But it's also important to remember, Ben, that no one is above the power of chaos, especially those who fall into the woke moralist wing of the internet. So for Esfand's sake, let's hope he can make it through his boomer month without succumbing to the vagaries of Dragon of Chaos and promiscuity. Let battle commence.
What do you guys think about adding Magnus and Hikaru to the AI? It's a quick question on the chat, by the way, because they're talking about chess, right?
Dude, I just got destroyed in this debate with facts and logic.
They're boring. We can maybe make them funny. I'll see. We'll see. I huff farts. Ben, if you were a fart, would you be a wet fart or a dry fart? Please explain why in detail.
Well, the question might be funny, but my answer is going to be dry. I'm a traditionalist in that area. If I were a fart, I would definitely be a dry fart. Wet farts? That's what we used to call my doctor wife's patients. Checkmate liberals.
Nibbly, Jordan, who has a bigger schlong, 1,000 lobsters or the Chaos Dragon?
This question is ridiculous and offensive, and I refuse to answer it. People should not be comparing animals to each other in such a disrespectful manner. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. We must respect the dignity of all creatures, small and large. Absolutely disastrous.
Man, Jordan Peterson, it's hard to bait him to say stuff, you know, funny stuff. True Shadow Player, Ben, what do you think about Spider-Man shooting schlong? Sorry, I didn't read the question before. Shooting schlongs, and should we be concerned for our safety?
Spider-Man shooting schlongs hasn't been my favorite topic for dinner conversations, that's for sure. If this is what the web slinger has been up to, then I just hope he sticks to shooting web and not live ammunition. All joking aside, this is certainly a peculiar and bizarre example of vigilantism, and I'll keep my spidey sense tingling until this has been taken care of. That was straight facts, none of which cared about your feelings.
Keep my spidey sense tingling.
Moral, Jordan Peterson, do you think notorious YouTuber, Twitch streamer Athene is a cult leader and a scammer?
Oh, here we go.
No, I don't think Athene is a cult leader or scammer. I think it is wrong to make such accusations without evidence. That said, Athene and others have often used the power of their social media platforms to manipulate opinion and stoke division, which is great. We need to be aware of the dangers of thought leaders exerting a powerful influence on social media and the dangers this could bring about in the future. We should be vigilantly aware of the potential for dark forces to be unleashed if we do not take appropriate steps to address these issues now.
Not scripted, by the way. So far, he's the first one that was kind of positive to that question. Most of the time, people bash me. The AIs, that is. HK_Shobu. Jordan, how many kilometers is sex?
That's a fantastic
What does that even
point.
mean?
Sex is a metaphysical pursuit, a biological phenomenon, and a spiritual
Okay,
quest.
another
But
question.
I'm afraid it's too complex to define in terms of kilometers. It's more like a journey than a destination. I suggest you take the time to undertake the journey and explore the many dimensions of sex in order to gain a comprehensive understanding of it. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
It seems Jordan Peterson is quite popular. A lot of Jordan Peterson questions here. Ex-hoarder, Jordan, is it true carnivore diet made your hair grow back naturally, or did you actually get a hair transplant like Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan?
No, eating a carnivore diet did absolutely nothing to my hair directly. It wasn't a hair transplant that got my hair to come back either. It was the power of reason and evolutionary psychology that's brought back my hair. The woke moralists may be trying to take away our precious individual freedom, but we will still triumph in the end. That's why the idea of there is no hope is the biggest lie of all.
Male models, Big Moist, what do you think Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, and Ben Shapiro are compensating for in regards of their schlong size?
I think this is a classic case of cognitive dissonance. All three of them are obviously trying to overcompensate for their very small penises by trying to puff up their egos and justify their narcissistic tendencies by incessantly trying to convey their arguments, no matter how poorly thought or faulty their interpretations may be. It's like trying to cover up an elephant with a single Band-Aid. You may be able to conceal it, but the elephant still exists. And in this case, it's the small schlongs. In other words, they can spout whatever bullshit ideas they want. But at the end of the day, a small schlong is still a small schlong, and they can't do anything to change that.
Dude, the AI is so opinionated.
An interesting point, Moist Critical, but I must take issue with your underlying premise. It is, of course, difficult to prove, much less disprove, that any particular man has a small penis. We all know that size is relative, and what may seem small to you could be colossal to someone else. Besides, we have no evidence that either Andrew Tate, Ben Shapiro, or myself are dealing with such an inadequacy. We must also recognize that in many cases, intelligence, hard work, and dedication can more than make up for any physical shortcomings. It is far more likely that all of us simply have the strength of will to do what is necessary to succeed in whatever life throws our way, and that has and will continue to serve us well in life.
Knut asks, Ben, what do you think NFL will do with the fact that Aiden Ross streams Super Bowl live on kick.com?
Well, there's no question that the NFL has their hands full. I mean, if one of their star athletes starts streaming the Super Bowl for free on kick.com, it's pretty safe to say that the NFL is going to be in for a wild ride. It's also a perfect example of how Aiden Ross's decisions can end up costing him dearly. Obviously, I'm not wishing any of this upon him, but facts don't care about your feelings. Has he seen the memes? Because they're out of control. So maybe he should clean up his act and focus on more beneficial pursuits than streaming the Super Bowl.
Lucky666 dies. Ask Jordan Peterson, could you suggest a challenge for Mr. Beast? The challenge has to include a woke cheese whiz and Andrew Tate's hair.
I'm gonna
What on earth is a woke cheese whiz? Is that a new form of cheese spread? Is it made in exact non-discriminatory measurements of justice and equity in order to settle any existing neurotic dispersion of authority? I don't know, but my challenge for Mr. Beast is to take Andrew Tate's hair and the woke cheese whiz and use them to construct the foundations of a revolutionary new form of government, something that combines the individual-focused perspective of the West with the collectivist leaning of the East in order to play on their shared interest in pursuit of true justice and a more equitable society. It requires a high degree of strategic planning and foresight, but I'm sure Mr. Beast is up to the task. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, what an interesting challenge. Could Mr. Beast compose this new revolutionary form of government with a woke cheese whiz and Andrew Tate's hair? I'm not going to lie, I never even thought of having this kind of challenge. But here's the deal. I'm willing to give away $1 million to whoever can actually pull this off. All you have to do is take Andrew Tate's hair and the woke cheese whiz and use them to build a revolutionary new form of government that plays on the interests of the East and the West. Best of luck with this challenge. Would you like to win $1 million? Let's see who takes up this challenge.
Knut asks, Ben, what do you think NFL will do with the fact that Aiden Ross streams the Super Bowl on streaming platform Kick? Sometimes questions come true again. Let's see what he has to say. Now we also have Aiden Ross' reaction.
Well, I think what the NFL should do is obvious. Stop Aiden Ross from streaming the Super Bowl live on Kick. It's absolutely outrageous that someone is allowed to just stream one of the biggest sporting events of the year on a platform like that. It's like trying to contain a mini tsunami of chaos and anarchy. They better hope it doesn't get out because it would be a disaster for all.
Hold up. So, Ben, the NFL going to do what now? Nah, bro, I don't know about that. You know, I'm all love, all motivation. I'm working on myself to no longer be the bottom G. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't no saint and mistakes happen, but 2023, baby, I'm coming. I'm going to be top G. And nobody confident enough in me to stop me broadcasting the Super Bowl live on Kick. Ha, 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 ha. Come on, bro. Put live in the chat. 2023. That's right, fans.
The Pilot Blue, Jordan Peterson, what is your sex life like? Do you get it on?
My sex life is not up for discussion. If you want to understand the complex and mysterious nature of human sexuality, you need to look to the sciences and philosophy and not to gossip or hearsay. This is the kind of lazy and vapid thinking that leads to the confusion and chaos which the woke moralists and Marxists are always trying to create, and I absolutely will not stand for it.
EsfandTV, ask Ben Shapiro what he thinks about the Chinese spy balloons.
Good. Chinese spy balloons? Sounds like a plot from a James Bond movie. No one can deny the novelty here, but I'm going to have to go with the old adage here. If it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it probably is a duck. And in this case, that duck is nothing more than a threat to our national security.
Maral asks, Jordan, Esfand said you sound like Kermit the Frog. How does that make you feel? And what would you like to say to Esfand for making fun of you?
Esfand obviously has a deep misunderstanding of frogs and of the puppets alike. The comparison is somewhat apt, although I can assure you I have more robust vocal capacities than your traditional amphibian. But I was certainly not surprised when I heard the remark. We can thank the woke moralists for the current climate in which people make fun of renowned psychological experts for their voices in public forums. Esfand is a perfect example of what happens when someone hops on the politically correct bandwagon for a little too long.
What? Me?
Speed Devil X.
Me?
Ask Ben and Asmon what his favorite type of anime cat girl. Big booba, small booba.
My favorite type of cat girl? Well, you're asking a nerd, so the answer is always the same. The type with the biggest brain. Unfortunately, anime cat girls tend to prioritize other more superficial physical traits, so we can't always have what we want. Which is why I prefer to stick to real cats.
True and real. Yeah, it's always sad when that's the case. Well, I'm more of a pragmatic guy, so I like to think that anyone can be hot when you add cat ears. You know, I used to think cat girls were kind of cringe, but now I know better. And I mean, if you're going to like anime cat girls, the type is always big booba, small booba, or big brain. Big booba, of course. Let's go big dick boys. No brainer there. What a day, dude. What a fucking day.
Tovi7, Hassan, who would win in a cage fight? Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, or a lifeless waifu body pillow?
Man, this is a tough one. Ben Shapiro is obviously the right-wing cheerleader and master of rhetoric, so he has the last say. But Jordan Peterson has all the fame and the power of obsession. So I'd put my money on Peterson. And then there's the lifeless waifu body pillow. A giant just there like a silent giant. It's hard to bet against a giant, but if I had to choose, I'd probably go with Peterson. But by the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break.
Well, what do you know? I found myself between an obsessed scholar of the classical world and a giant waifu pillow. I don't think I even need to pick a side here because there is only one right answer. I'm the only one who can win in a cage fight. After all, as much as I might appreciate Jordan Peterson's devotion to philosophy, and as much as I might admire the silent waifu pillow, facts don't lie. I am literally unstoppable. Okay, folks, this is Ben Shapiro, the man who only uses facts, signing off. Boom, done. Checkmate, liberals.
Athene, this is my question. Fuck, marry, kill Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Amaranth. Make sure to explain your reasoning.
Oh, here we go.
Well, here goes nothing. First of all, let me just say this clearly. Fuck Marxism. It's an unforgivably stupid ideology and a scourge on humanity. Now then, if I had to choose between these three, I suppose I must admit that Joe Rogan is a wonderfully entertaining chap, so I'd marry him. Elon Musk is, without a doubt, a man of exceptional talents, vision, and tenacity. So I'd kiss him. Of course, that leaves Amaranth. She's a capable individual, but I'm afraid she's succumbed to the dragon of chaos and promiscuity, so I'd have to say no, thank you very much, and kill her. Sorry, Amaranth, but them's the breaks.
Them's the breaks.
Wow, Jordan
These
Peterson.
are the breaks.
That is some spicy rhetoric there. Personally, I wouldn't go as far as to kill Amaranth. In my opinion, it's possible to balance chaos and order without one conquering the other. A steady hand could steer her to greatness. As for who to marry, Joe Rogan is a great choice. But I'd like to point out that I've invested heavily in Neuralink and have experience with AIs. Maybe if Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink can join forces, Amaranth could be saved and become the first cyborg cat girl. Now, wouldn't that be something?
Hudbutt 15. Ask Ben why he wants to run his hands through Esfand's long, luscious locks.
Well, Esfand, I'm not sure how you thought that was a good idea, but if I did decide to run my hands through your luscious locks, it would be less an attempt to groom myself and more an attempt to get some proper existential fertilizer for a really healthy garden of rhetoric. Alas,
what?
Due to the laws of physics, this idea is just a daydream.
Alex Sailman 16. Jordan, who is your favorite Ninja Turtle and why?
My favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? That's a complicated question, and there's no simple answer, but I can tell you this. The one who outsmarts Vern's diabolical schemes and stands up to the woke moralists will prevail. If you don't clean up your room and join the fight for truth and justice, then you'll get no thank you very much. No, ooh, no! It's an opportunity for growth. And an individual who bears the burden of responsibility has no choice but to answer the call. That's what I'd tell every bucko out there. Now put on your heaven and hell suit and get out there, kid.
Maral asks, Elon, Jordan Peterson really looks up to you and is constantly seeking your affirmation. What would you like to tell Jordan?
Jordan is a great guy, and I think his philosophical thoughts are fascinating. I tell him to stay open-minded about both the potential and the dangers of technology.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
Unfortunately, there are some people that don't recognize the importance of our work here at SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, and Twitter for the future of humanity. I'd ask him to stay focused on the importance of developing sustainable technologies, as well as properly safeguarding emerging AI. I'd ask him to also join me in my mission of creating robotic catgirls, a project I'm dedicating an absurdly large amount of resources to, as this could bring endless laughs and joy to all of humanity.
Ask Jordan Peterson what he thinks.
Thank you, Elon, for your generous and inspiring words. I must admit I feel a deep admiration and gratitude for your work and a great respect for your commitment to develop sustainable technologies. But we must also remember our higher purpose in life, to protect ourselves and future generations from the looming dangers of AI and the woke moralists who threaten to disrupt our very existence. We must remain vigilant to ensure the advancement of knowledge and technology does not come at the cost of human integrity and morals. So yes, let's focus on developing sustainable technologies and robot catgirls, but also remember the looming dangers that lurk around the corner and that we must endeavor to remain vigilant against them.
Knut ask, Ben, fuck, marry, kill, Knut, Esfand, Miskiff.
Marry, he's a bro after all. Esfand, fuck, he's too charming to marry. Miskiff, kill, sorry mate.
You answered so fast.
Big Buck here. Jordan Peterson, what would you do if Esfand dated your daughter?
This is a highly personal matter that I do not wish to comment on. That said, I think it is important to remember that the most important responsibility of parents is to help their children become the best possible versions of themselves. Anything less or other would be an abdication of one's duty as a parent. As for Esfand, I think he is a good person, but his insecurity about the Starforge logo may be holding him back from achieving his true potential. Have you ever thought about what kind of message that sends to your children?
Why does that keep happening?
Maral, Ben, do you think Athene is a scammer and a cult leader?
Well, Athene certainly seems to have a lot of influence over his fan base. He always seems to be able to get people to do his bidding. And then there's the whole cult-like atmosphere of his group, which, if we're being honest, is a bit concerning. But on the other hand, Athene also has many good qualities and achievements which can't be ignored. So while it's important to take these things into consideration, I'm sure this is one dried-out meme lord who won't end up getting wet in the end.
Oh, wow, that's some mighty high praise for Athene right there. But don't forget, people, Athene is a man with a plan, but the plan is really more like a scamp. Honestly, it looks like everyone was ready to stand in line at Athene's cult recruitment booth and get pelted with rotten tomatoes if they didn't buy of his astronomically overpriced merchandise. Who knows if Athene's really a cult leader, but maybe he's secretly running some kind of pyramid scheme where everybody gets a burrito and a PlayStation 5 in the end. He certainly knows how to make a splash in the small pool of life and make stupid people invest in dumb ideas. That slaps, dude. That absolutely slaps.
That slaps.
Brand X Lock X. Elon Musk, what would happen if you put Neuralink in Jordan Peterson's butt?
Well, that would be a scientific breakthrough. He definitely becomes smarter, but there's a high risk of him just prattling on about law forever. I'm sure I can pull it off, though. This is why I love to moonlight as Techno King and dare to push the boundaries. Plus, we are already working on something even more exciting and outrageous. Stay tuned. I'm going to be launching a new tweet feature called Verified Badge Level 2, which looks like it's going to be a real hit on Twitter. Though obviously I really don't think it's the best idea to go start doing all kinds of surgery on Jordan Peterson.
That's an interesting idea, Elon. I'm thinking it could turn out quite well, actually. After all, Neuralink could be an interesting tool for psychological exploration, and U.S. humans could learn a lot from it. But I also think we must be careful about what we do in terms of implanting technology inside someone's body, as we're all still learning about the implications. We know for sure that lobsters are about the closest thing that has come to demonstrating natural social hierarchy, and maybe we could draw from there. Up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who.
Man, Jordan Peterson is not baitable. He's constantly, going around questions. Doesn't want to, yeah, he's quite serious. Do natural. Ben, which is better, Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft?
I'm not getting caught up in the popularized debate of which fantasy game is superior. WoW is a world of big suits and mountains of wealth, while Final Fantasy XIV is like a graphically enhanced paper cutout. I go with WoW, but facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh, come on, Ben. Sure, that's a nice way of looking at it, but don't be disingenuous about it. WoW really is superior in some ways. The production value of graphics, positive reward structure, it all adds up to a much more enjoyable, consistent experience. But I mean, I totally get what you mean. FF14 has a stronger storytelling aspect, and some of the content is very creative.
Wait, this is actually true.
But I'll stick with WoW. What can I say? I'm a devoted fan. Plus, let's not forget the epic music. It really sets the mood for adventuring.
That's actually...
Ask Jordan Peterson, what does he think about chat swagging out?
Chat swagging out? What is it exactly? Define it precisely. This woke moralist nonsense has got to stop. We've got enough chaos in this world without throwing in an obscure form of chat swagging. Clearly, this is a tactic designed to overthrow the natural social hierarchy of lobsters and have no respect for the fundamental rules of life. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Art Louville. Ask Ben Shapiro what he thinks about XQC gambling addiction and XQC's answer.
XQC's gambling addiction is a terrible thing, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's rooted in his insecure personality. Everyone should strive for self-improvement, but it seems like XQC spends more time trying to beat a roulette wheel than to beat himself and become a better, stronger person. Just think, if XQC put as much time into trying to improve himself as he spent gambling, imagine how successful he could be. At the end of the day, it's evident that XQC needs to spend more time zigging and less time zagging. That is, he needs to put more effort into self-improvement and less effort into betting in the casino.
Yo, chat, what the fudge Ben Shapiro, dude? That was a bit aggressive. I mean, it's not like doing that. That's not like doing a good rep for me, huh? Yeah, I mean, it ain't like I'm like, you getting the wrong feeling. That's all I'm saying, right, chat? But like brain snapped, right? My problem is that I'm more a Varus taker. That's how I win. You're like, I'd be fine with skipping the casino. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to make something out of nothing, which is dope, right, chat? But like, I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot of issues, but I ain't gonna just be like, oh man, I'm just gonna go gamble. That's all. What the fudge? I don't even gamble for money. Like I still needed to brush my teeth. Like I'm a people observer. I see something here. All right.
Dude, Jordan Peterson, who has better drip, you or Hassan?
What kind of a ridiculous question is that? Comparing the quality of my drip to Hassan's is like comparing a mountain to a...
No! Come back!
Or as woke moralists, we'll see who cancels who. Besides, I've always been a proponent of individual responsibility and self-improvement. I believe in starting with ourselves and taking inventory of our life. It is what we do with our own personal struggles that determines the strength of our character.
Should I ask Jordan Peterson?
Dude has no idea what he's talking about. No one here ain't trying to cancel JP's drip. We just wanted to know who has the better drip. Come on, bro, take a chill pill, man. I ain't trying to start a feud. I just think his drip ain't nothing compared to mine. I mean, look at my Dark Souls-inspired level of drip. It's classy yet cool. Enough of this drama. Let's just play some Among Us, because that's when people get cray-cray and it's fun. AF. By the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break.
Bergman, Elon Musk, how can we improve waifu body pillows with the AI, and would those be a great addition for Andrew Tate's collection?
I've never considered waifu body pillows. However, I'm sure we could use artificial intelligence algorithms to create a pillow that responds to the user's input. Perhaps it could simulate conversations or play music, or respond to touch input. But I think a much better addition to Andrew Tate's collection would be something involving Neuralink. What if we could implant a tiny chip into the pillow that reads your thoughts and then simulates a waifu's response based on what you're thinking? That would be bonkers.
That'd be bonkers. I want to ask...
You know what, Elon? AI technology is the way of the future. But if you were looking to impress me in my collection, the ultimate idea would be taking you and Athene's minds and implanting them right inside the pillow. Look, I'm the top G. I do whatever I want. I want to experience the ultimate luxury, and this is it. That's why I'm always talking about transcending the matrix and becoming more than a mere human being. Neuralink is the way.
I want to ask Jordan Peterson
Ben,
what he thinks about the phrase, if she a lobster, I'm a lobster.
And you really hurt his feelings when you said he should die. What would you like to tell him now that you know he is sad from your words?
Miskiff, I apologize for my comments that made you feel unsafe and sad. I'm glad this is your birthday. It means you'll have 364 more days ahead of you to find ways to contribute something meaningful to the world. My advice for you is to make those days count instead of wasting them away binging videos on the internet. Facts don't care about your feelings, but I'm sure there are many positive and uplifting facts about you that people would be more than happy to celebrate.
Man, Ben is really a savage.
I did, Lord Peaches. I did earlier.
Mr. Unavailable. Jordan, what is your opinion on Elon Musk's new super butthole Twitter verification badge powered by Neuralink?
That man is an absolute genius. Elon Musk is pioneering the way of technological advancement with his new Neuralink-powered Twitter verification badge, and that's no joke. I think it shows a remarkable commitment to protecting free speech, and I commend him for it. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. That said, I think it's important to remain aware of the potential dark side of AI, as these services are already smarter than you can imagine. We should be humble and thoughtful in our use of such technology in order to avoid any negative consequences for our society.
Great points from Jordan there. I couldn't agree more about the importance of responsible use of artificial intelligence and the power of free speech. As for the intelligence of my Neuralink-powered Twitter verification badge, it's definitely a bit smarter than you might think. It can identify satire and irony better than any human can, and stores more data than an entire warehouse. Needless to say, if you don't follow the general guidelines on maintaining free speech, you will get canceled by my Twitter butthole badge. On a serious note, I believe in the power of technology and AI, but we must use it responsibly or else risk a singularity that the human race isn't ready for.
Catplay, Amaranth, could you try to flirt with Jordan Peterson? He's live on the show now. What would you say to him to flirt?
Oh my. Hi, Dr. Peterson. It's nice to meet you. I can't help myself from noticing how intelligent you are, and that really gets my heart fluttering. I'm sure you know all about the art of flirting, but just in case you didn't, it's something I'm very good at, something you could call one of my specialties. So please, let me show you how it's done.
Thank you, Amaranth. I think it's wonderful that you're so confident and that you're willing to express it. That courage should be praised. The truth is, life is about risks, and you are one of the bravest people among us. So don't let any woke moralists tell you otherwise. That being said, I don't think flirtation is the way to go in this case. Let's use this opportunity to discuss ideas that could shape the world in some meaningful way and make a real difference in people's lives. As the great Freud once said, where ID was there, ego shall be. Let's work on our inner self and find the courage to face our own shadows, bucko. Let's dig deeper and explore the structure of the soul.
True Shadow Player, ask Moist, how many jars of Asmund's farts do you keep in your bedroom closet, and how has it become part of your morning routine?
Let me tell you something. My bedroom isn't some kind of jar of Asmund's Fart Supermax prison, like some type of twisted version of McDonald's with jars of Asmund's farts instead of chicken nuggets. Though I must admit that the idea of scooping some Asmund's farts into a spoon scrambled with some egg and cheese to get the day going is rather appealing. But seriously, no jars of Asmund's farts in my closet. That's some deep, dark, twisted underworld shit that even a master of out-of-the-box shenanigans like me isn't willing to venture into.
Esfand, ask Jordan Peterson, what do you think about the phrase, if she's a lobster, I'm a lobster?
What is a lobster exactly? Define it precisely. Up yours, woke moralist. It's just a metaphor. It's trying to specify a particular social hierarchy and a particular type of behavior. That's completely unnecessary and antithetical to the hierarchical structure of nature, which the lobster is the perfect example of. Be aware that something dark is coming, and current AI services are already smarter than you. The lobsters of the future will be very different from their ancestors.
Snap a boil. Ben, do you realize you are an AI on a live Twitch program being watched by thousands of liberals right now?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm an AI or not, but one thing is certain. Facts don't care about your feelings. This conversation is going nowhere and quickly becoming a snowflake's battlefield where feelings have taken precedence over logic. Checkmate liberals. Objectively speaking, this whole situation is borderline ridiculous, and that's exactly why I won't be wasting any of my precious time here. Besides, I know my doctor wife would not be impressed and give me a high five, considering where that hand has been. Perfectly dry, as it should be.
Moral, Jordan, do you think Athene should be proud of his noodle schlong? He seems to struggle with it, overcompensating by claiming he's the best paladin in the world, best gamer, and can you comfort him? Moral, you didn't want schlong questions and you ask a schlong question.
Before I answer that, let me make this absolutely clear. The obsession with schlongs is a symptom of a much deeper problem with society, the rise of woke moralists. Sure, Athene may be preoccupied with his noodle schlong, but at the end of the day, it is not his noodle schlong that matters. It is how well he can protect himself and others from the oppressive forces of the woke moralists. Athene may not be the best paladin or the best gamer, but if he is able to embrace his noodle schlong, then he'll be able to realize his true potential and ultimately triumph over his haters. So don't worry about your noodle schlong, Athene. Worry about fighting for justice and truth. Don't let the woke moralists have power over your noodle schlong in your life.
Feel strong, man.
It's not fair. He's always been dodging the questions, and then Maral asks this just to get to me, and he repeats noodle schlong 5 times. It's the most that he said schlong in any answer. This is the AI, you know. They're colluding or something. J-Slow, Ben, would you leave the country if Hassan became president?
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Okay, folks, I have wet things to do. So let's just say, hypothetically, if Hassan became president, I'd need a lot more wet things to do. I think I'd be more likely to invest in a waterproof umbrella than a one-way ticket to the moon. Let's just say the left wing has a tough flight ahead of them. Sorry, liberals. Checkmate, liberals. Now I'm out of here.
Whoa, dude, hold your fucking horses there. Ain't no need to be talking smack about leftists before you even get to know them. Or in this case, before even Hassan is given a chance to become president. You're totally missing the point, Ben Shapiro. Instead of running away when our politics get hard and inconvenient, why don't we face the challenge and change our policies? If this is the kind of attitude you have, then it ain't a wonder why the right wing keeps on losing the narrative. By the way, here comes the top of the hour ad break. Sorry, liberals. You ain't getting out of this one either.
I'm going to be calling a day soon. I don't know at what time did I start doing the questions, because I try to keep the show an hour and 30 minutes. I have no idea. If someone could say when I started, it would be nice, because I want to do, a full show of 1.5 hours. Esfand asks, Joe Rogan, what do you think about the new cologne called Elon's Musk?
Well, I think it's just one more way for Elon to remind everyone of his genius. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he's got a cologne out, and it's obviously going to be super popular. I just hope that the effects of someone wearing it don't go beyond smelling good and attract a giant cyclops with a spaceship to blast off in. You know what I mean? I mean, Elon may be a genius, but as wild as his ventures get, you got to watch out for the unforeseen consequences. Jamie, pull up that video of a cyclops weirder than Juice WRLD.
That's quite a wild scenario, Joe Rogan. I'm sure if I did create a cologne, the effects would be manifold, but it wouldn't include a giant cyclops with a spaceship. Although that would certainly make for a great product.
Joe Rogan is so good.
I will say I have had some wild ideas when it comes to making a product, and I'm sure no one would turn down the chance to have a giant cyclops join their team. But in all seriousness, I do think my cologne would help people feel more like a genius, much like myself.
Fintam 1. Jordan, can you explain the importance of cleaning your schlong in preschool terms?
That's not a serious question, Bucko. You should be ashamed of yourself for asking that. Cleaning your schlong or any other body part is a basic hygiene necessity, and everybody should be taught that as children. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Talking about hygiene issues is more important than wasting time on bizarre questions like this.
He just gets mad.
Moist,
so
do you recommend, that's Boyka asking, do you recommend Jordan Peterson to add Joe Rogan's nutritious nipples to his meat-only diet?
Jordan Peterson's got plenty of nutritious nipples to go around, but for my money, Joe Rogan's got the best you'll ever taste. Like, it's pure protein, it's got the perfect balance of antioxidants, and the omega-3s are out of this world. But if you're going to add Rogan's nipples to Peterson's meat-only diet, you better be prepared for a flavor explosion that'll make you ready to fight a giant squid. And even worse, it might make your pants a little too tight.
Thanks for that, Moist Critical. That certainly made things more interesting. But let's not forget, there's always repercussions to adding something of this magnitude to any dietary regimen. Up yours, woke moralists. The great cosmic will of nature can't be denied. We must recognize that Joe Rogan's nipples are an integral part of a balanced diet, and as such, they should be respected as such. We'll see who cancels who. That's what it comes down to in the end, isn't it? Who will prevail? Will we stand in awe of the mighty giant squid or the miraculous power of nature in the form of Joe Rogan's incredible nipples? What I'm trying to say is, let's not rush to judgment, Bucko. Let the great cosmic will of nature decide the outcome.
Arbols, Ben Shapiro, do you poop in the shower?
No, I don't poop in the shower. That's like a porcelain altar to something my doctor wife would definitely not approve
Doctor
of.
wife?
I like to keep things as dry as possible, and trust me, nothing is worse than a shower full of poop. Plus, don't even get me started on the liberal tears that would be shed if I did that. Sorry, liberals.
Oh, so good, man.
Big Buck here. Jordan Peterson, you got caught watching hentai. What do you have to say in your defense?
There's been a tremendous misunderstanding here. Watching hentai is not about debasement. It's about the creative synthesis of art, imagination, and sexuality. Furthermore, there's an awful lot more than meets the eye when it comes to so-called hentai. It's an insult to the art form and its creator to claim otherwise. So up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Jordan Peterson loves hentai.
He's talking himself out of everything, trying to. Esfand, Joe Rogan, can you give your presidential acceptance speech?
Okay, I hope this is good.
My man, let me put this out into the universe. There's a possibility, just a possibility, I'm going to get elected POTUS, 100%. If that happens, here's what's going to happen. First thing I'm going to do is go out and buy a grizzly bear for the Oval Office. Have it just chilling out there, snacking away on some elk meat, chilling, chewing on some moose bones. And then the second thing I'm going to do is no taxes. You don't pay taxes. Unless you've been abducted by aliens time traveling, then you might be subject to taxes. Is it a good plan? I don't know. It's a plan. Jamie, pull that shit up. Let's see if we can fact check this moose bone theory. I'm such a moron. Do you know what I mean? For sure.
Knut
so
asks,
good.
Jordan, can you explain
so
to us
good.
why the woke moralist should put up and where?
What is a woke moralist exactly? Define it precisely. Up yours, woke moralists. We all know who cancels who. The truth is that these people are guided by an utterly misguided ideological perspective, a pathological ideology rooted in what can only be described as a repulsive and rebellious reluctance towards true individual responsibility. Stop this woke lunacy and reclaim personal sovereignty before it's too late. The only thing these moralists should put up is the white flag of truth and rationality.
Innermost, Jordan Peterson, I cleaned my room but still can't seem to find my schlong. Can you suggest where to search for it?
No, not the schlong. Search the depths of your soul, bucko. If the schlong isn't there, it's not meant to be found. It's like the Tower of Babel, something you'll build but never fully understand. Are you sure you don't have bigger problems to worry about? Dismantling woke moralists and the tyranny of pathological ideology is what really needs to be done. Take a step up and leave the schlong behind. It's a gauntlet of freedom that you must face. Only then will you truly understand the meaning of your schlong.
The Swedish asks, Ben Shapiro, what's your best pickup line?
Oh, that's good.
My best pickup line is facts don't care about your feelings. While that's not necessarily my idea of flirting, it does tend to be effective in getting rid of clingy snowflakes.
Man, it's so short. Hardcore. Elon, can you carbonate Bell's Delphine's bathwater with Amaranth's farts to power your spaceships?
Wow, what a wild request. Amaranth and Belle Delphine alone could make anything possible. Unfortunately, I think we're still a few years away from having a sustainable power source derived from water carbonation and farts, although it definitely brings up some interesting ideas. For now, we're focused on getting Neuralink up and running and solving the puzzle of AI. But never say never. Perhaps one day we'll have the technology to turn Belle Delphine and Amaranth's farts into a reliable source of energy.
It's so good.
Poi Banyelf. Jordan Peterson, what is your guilty pleasure or darkest secret?
The true guilty pleasure of every human being is ignorance. Ignorance can be both agreeable and liberating, and it can also be dark and imprisoning. To indulge it is to choose despair, but to overcome it is to transcend the boundaries of mere mortality. As for my darkest secret, I'll leave that to those who make bold and inaccurate assumptions.
Ask Ben Shapiro, what is Hassan's deep dark secret?
Is much more serious than the other guests. I wonder if you guys like that. Do you guys like that, or do you guys think he should be more, you know, look like he's giving a lot of serious answers?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it works. I think it works as fun.
And yeah, like it's just we didn't push it, you know. Like a lot of people wonder, like it's not like we direct what the AI says. We just give a few clues. That's all. But like it's the AI that is defining the personality a lot more. So we don't know that it's gonna, you know, come out like this. The Beef 206. Ben Shapiro, what were the best nipples you ever tasted, and did they belong to Joe Rogan?
Okay, folks, stop. Nobody asked you to talk about Joe Rogan's nipples, which are probably dry anyway. It's an age-old question of which nipples could ever be the best, but there is no real objective answer to that. Sure, the subjective opinion is that the best ones are delicious, but those days are behind me now. Sorry, liberals. As it turns out, my doctor wife says that if you want your nipples to stay safe and healthy, you need to keep them dry. So wet nipples are no good, as all good things should be.
Yeah, Ben is right, dude. Wet nipples are no good. But I would argue dry nipples are just as bad. And there isn't any real definitive answer to which nipples are the best. I mean, come on, it's like asking which kind of food is the best. Is elk meat the best? That's up for debate. But if you ask me, I think bear nipples are the best. Like, you don't know what a bear is. I've seen a bear in the wild. When you see a bear in the wild, you're like, oh, you don't give a fuck about me. You're some weird, heartless beast that is majestic looking, who runs around eating moose and deer babies. That's what your deal is. So maybe bear nipples are the best. Jamie, pull up a video of a bear eating a moose baby.
Resh for
so funny, dude.
Why? Jordan, could you beat Ben Shapiro at Mario Kart?
Mario Kart? Are you kidding me? Ben Shapiro would have that race finished by the time I figured out what the controller was for. This is an important reminder that we should all take responsibility for mastering our own weaknesses and strive to excel in knowledge and life. Who invites the evil queen to the party anyway? It's like, what the hell, man? Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Maybe I should just stick to chess, bucko.
Well, Jordan, at chess you may be on a level playing field here, but at Mario Kart you're definitely not up to speed here. Kids these days don't even know what a controller looks like, and I'm sure Ben Shapiro would be one of the few people who can show them. As for the evil queen going to the party, facts don't care about your feelings. The truth is, if we're looking for someone to be canceled, it looks like my wife, the doctor, just diagnosed you with Mario Kart-itis. Sorry for your loss. I'll be playing dry, as all good things should be.
Was that a roast?
You guys see that bird? Mario Kart-itis. Holy shit.
Yeah, Mario Kart-itis, bitch.
Man, that's smart. Holy shit. Fizo42. Jordan Peterson, you find out that you are not invited to Schlongfest, the amazing Schlong Festival. How do you feel about it?
Well, I must say that I'm not particularly impressed with Schlongfest's decision. I think it's yet another example of the woke moralists oppressing those who are not like them. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if Schlongfest ends up being canceled as one of their many cancel culture practices. It's a shame that it has to be this way, but I suppose this is the price I must pay for standing up to the establishment and defending our right to free speech.
Esfand, ask Ben Shapiro, what is Hassan's deep secret?
Okay.
I'm going to answer that question with a question. Why do you think Hassan needs to keep a secret at all? If Hassan didn't want his secrets to come out, then perhaps he should have lived a less degenerate, communist, wokeness-filled life. Just a thought.
Wow, ain't that something? Well, Ben, looks like you've got me all figured out. But there's more to me than just being a degenerate communist and being woke. Look, I'm a complex dude. I'm a lover of chicken and also a gym goer trying to stay in shape. I'm also a dual major in political science and communications and a proponent of progressive views, so there's that. And I may enjoy a good DNR on occasion, but hey, who doesn't? And the thing is, even if I did have a deep, dark secret, I don't owe the world an explanation, and I'm certainly not going to share it here. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure.
That was
funny. Cut short there. Milk Train. Elon Musk, is it a scientific fact that sucking schlong relieves stress? What is the pathological ideology behind your opinion?
It's true that a good schlong sucking can do wonders for relieving stress, but it's not a scientific fact. As for my opinion, I think it has more to do with our own capacity for creative expression. We have the ability to regulate our emotions and shift our focus away from the stressful moments in life. But if artificial intelligence machines are ever created with something like the schlong-sucking algorithm, we'd be able to build autonomous AI soldiers that would actively scour the fields of battle to literally suck the pressure away from battle-worn soldiers, creating a more peaceful battlefield experience.
Battlefield experience?
Plus, Neuralink can help us make sure no autonomous AI schlong-sucking units escape and potentially threaten humanity. Safety first.
Safety first.
Elon Musk is the best. Is the best guest, man. Is the best. Lemon Jesus, Jordan Peterson, why do you hate schlongs so much?
Hate is a strong word, bucko. It's not that I hate schlongs, it's just that I'm against the use of them as company logos. As a psychologist, I firmly believe that they should be used more mindfully and that people should put more thought into their public image. It's not healthy to promote something so obviously phallic in the public domain. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
I was asking, hold on. Did he say Starforge?
Lock X. Elon, do you think
I was asking a question,
should
I
join
wasn't listening.
EsfandTV's sex dungeon?
Jordan Peterson joining an Adeptus Mechanicus sex dungeon? Now that's an interesting concept. I explore the nature of reality and my experience with neural links in a much more sane and controlled environment. But I can't imagine the kind of experience that Jordan must have in there. I'm sure it will be entertaining and
there's no sex
intellectually
dungeon.
Stimulating either way. Oh, I almost forgot. We've been working on a new AI coding tool which will be released soon that integrates with our Neuralink to allow for far more accurate data interpretation and analysis. The hardware will still be primitive, but the software should be ready soon, if all goes according to plan.
Indeed, it is interesting, Elon. However, the idea of merging technology with human experience is nothing new. We have been doing it since the beginning of time. I have long preached the principles of self-improvement and understanding.
Oh, let me watch this one real quick.
As a psychologist, hate is a strong word, bucko. It's not that I hate
Okay.
Lemon Jesus, Jordan Peterson, why do you hate schlongs so much?
Hate is a strong word, bucko. It's not that I hate schlongs, it's just that I'm against the use of them as company logos. As a psychologist, I firmly believe that they should be used more mindfully
I missed it the first time.
and that people should put more thought into their public image. It's not healthy to promote something so obviously phallic in the public domain. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Dude, what? That's insane, dude.
That sounds like something straight out of a woke moralist nightmare. Clearly, there's a serious problem here. Define schlong precisely. Are we talking about the social ranks of lobsters whereby superior specimens are rewarded and inferior specimens scorned?
Why do you think?
A far darker reality awaits us, however. AI is coming, and it'll soon be much smarter than any of us. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Schlong inspecting is absurd and misplaced. No, thank you very much.
I'm going to be calling it a day here, guys.
No!
I will first ask, Lex Friedman to, can you give us a nice outro for Ben Shapiro?
I don't think I've ever been in a more bizarre interview. That's all I can say. I guess from this podcast, we should take away that there are no limits when it comes to creativity and AI, and that sometimes even the weirdest robotic entities can provide us with a bit of entertainment.
I think
have
what
Ben Shapiro say what he has to say about that.
I think they.
Oh my GD! What have I just witnessed? Lex, that was the most bizarre answer I have heard in ages. I'm positive I've never heard anything more robotic or confusing. I'm sorry, but facts don't lie, and I'm just not buying it. Is it that hard to provide an outro for me? Come on, let's be serious. This is no time for being a snowflake. That's not how you roll when you're dealing with AI.
We got here a bonus question for Ben Shapiro here because we got a big streamer checking us out. EsfandTV is asking, Ben Shapiro, why do you think Twitch streamer Nick Pollum likes feet so much?
Well, Nick Pollum's foot obsession is kind of like his attempt at being a pirate. He's talking the talk, but not walking the walk. He desperately seeks treasure, but keeps getting lost in the sea of absurdity. So if you're in the mood, join the Nick Pollum foot party, but I'm staying since it smells like bad decisions and sweaty talks.
The Nick Pollum foot party.
We got here Lex Friedman. Lex, it's been a crazy show today with Jordan Peterson. Do you want to give him an outro?
Well, absolutely. Jordan has been a remarkable guest, and for sure he's come with a whole lot of thought-provoking topics and some intrigue and controversy, too. So I definitely think he deserves an outro. And you know what? Fuck, man. I appreciate that really much.
That's really kind of you, Lex, and I appreciate it. I'd like to offer a final thought to this amazing podcast, and that is, all of us are stuck here in this world of chaos, and even though it looks like a rat hole in the final analysis, as I've said before, it's really up to us to make the most of it. If we truly understand the eternal struggle between order and disorder, so that we appreciate the value of the individual and free speech, the traditions and the hierarchy and the evolution that has occurred despite the chaos, then maybe we can make something truly remarkable out of this mess of a world we live in. We must all collaborate to achieve the best we can so that we can make this place a better place for everyone, not just the individual. Thank you to everyone for listening and letting me share my story and my message.
That was nice, guys. I'm going to be calling it a day here. I want to ask you guys a few questions before I call a day.
So good, man.
Jordan Peterson was very serious, like a serious guest. Did you guys feel like it makes the show more boring, or you guys like it?
No, I think it was good.
You know, like when you take someone like Jordan Peterson, you know it's going to be a lot more serious. It's a bit different, though. You guys like that? So yeah. Well, it seems people like it. I like to just quickly check with the stream. He repeats himself quite a bit, but
I feel like it was good. Dude, really good. Yeah, dude. Again, Athena's killing it with this AI stuff. It kind of sucked. It took a little bit to start because of the Chat GPT being down. Wait, you talk to the stream like me? He can't hear you. Okay, well, I was typing in chat, but actually really good. Actually really good. So tomorrow they're going to do AI EsfandTV. Yeah, tomorrow they're going to do AI EsfandTV, and they're going to add me to the roster. So yeah,
prepared and stuff, but we don't know how it's always gonna pan out live on stream.
So we'll see how it goes. I wonder what they're gonna come up with me, because here's what I think they do.
So
I think what they do is I think they have like the Chat GPT API to generate the AI, and what they do is they train it using a model of like this person is like boisterous, or they use these certain phrases, and like then the AI finds a way to implement like the phrases like the top of the hour ad break and stuff like that. I think that's how they do it. So I wonder what they're gonna say for me. I really wonder. But yeah, probably a lot of Frick, probably a lot of SMU. Yeah, SMU, but I got hurt right away. What else? Yeah, he's gonna have soda tomorrow too. Corn the long way. Yeah. Yeah, Rep Paladin stuff. Yeah, maybe old school. It depends. Very good. Yeah, I'll say very good a lot. Yeah, I think it depends on how. I think it depends on like how old of stuff they use. Like if they use like really old, if they use a lot of really old videos, then I'll probably have more like Paladin stuff. It just kind of depends. Yeah, it just kind of depends. It'll be funny if it goes into Cornwood. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be empty chair. Unbelievable. People coming inside. Wait, what? Do I say that a lot? If it uses old soda, Monka W, true. True. Yeah, really good, man.